to things. So
Game night. A night where friends become adversaries, and victory dances are not something to be ashamed of. The heroes of game night are always the dice. 5,000 years and still rocking the board. The sound of them rattling in the box, the flirty dance they do as they roll. But still, 5,000 years? It's time for an upgrade. This is Go Dice, smart connected dice. Imagine a die Now give it wings and a lion's head. GoDice has tons of games for everyone. You know how Kindle is like a huge library in your backpack? So GoDice is like a board game store in your pocket. Every die knows when it's being selected, shaken, when it rolls, and when it finally stops, what number appears on it. It even knows if you try to cheat. The sensors inside send that number to the app that records it. You just roll the dice, then tap your decisions and watch your score rise in real time. If you're into RPG games, instead of stopping to sum up the huge numbers in the middle of a monster attack, GoDice does it for you, and that ank egg can go ank itself. GoDice comes with many more games such as Farkle, Poker, Ludo, Pig, and many more to come. It's also open for developers to add new games or to use it with all consoles, digital tabletops, and virtual platforms out there. That comes extra handy with unique D&D shells. GoDice is for beginners and pros. Whatever game you play, GoDice offers tips on how to improve your gameplay. And if you want to play online, GoDice is so game for that. Yep, online, but still rolling real dice. Now that's adding to your D&D another D for dice. For dice. Or dope dice if you're into abbreviations. So how does the magic happen? Each small die contains sensors, lights, a processor, Bluetooth, and power. Yup, the GoDice people managed to minimize and cram all that into such a small space. Now the skeptics will say, hey, where does the battery go in your awesome smart connected dice? Well, there is no battery. We use super caps. That means long and reliable product life with a super quick charging time. And this cool GoDice case? That's the charger. In just 10 seconds, each die is charged for 1 full hour of gameplay. Wanted to burn us skeptics, huh? No dice. Except GoDice. You know what we mean. GoDice is made by Particular, a company that's been putting electronics into tiny devices for years. Last year, they created GoCube, the smart cube that was crowdfunded with more than 10,000 happy customers, 5-star reviews, and oh so much awesome feedback. Now, they decided to go even smaller. So if you want to level up your game nights with a new and fun way of playing, captivating for both friends and the whole family, that gives dice the respect they deserve, get GoDice.
Forbidden Games co-founder Jason Kapalka is also the owner of the Stormcrow chain of nerd bars.
Stormcrow patrons, who tend to enjoy nerdy pursuits as a rule, were excited to play D&D in their favorite bar. But in practice, there were often problems. Dice going everywhere, beer spilling on books and character sheets, and some players getting a bit distracted. So what would start as an epic adventure often ended up as a game of quarters, that old party standard. But then we had an idea. Well, 2 ideas. What if you could transform a complicated RPG into a fast, fun party game? And what if you could add role-playing elements to a simple party game like Quarters? And so Dungeon Party was born. Co-created with award-winning designer Glenn Drover, the goal of the game is familiar to anyone who's ever played Dungeons & Dragons. Get to the bottom of the labyrinth and kill the boss monster. And the mechanics are familiar to anyone who's ever played Quarters. Bounce your coin onto a coaster. Players pick one of a dozen coasters to represent their characters, from elf magic users to human barbarians, each with their own stats and special abilities. To explore the dungeon, you flip up a room coaster and a monster coaster. The room modifies the upcoming combat with special rules for players. For instance, in a dark chamber, you might have to toss your coin with your eyes closed. Good luck. To battle a monster, you bounce the coin onto its coaster. If you hit the monster, it takes damage. If you miss, the player takes damage instead. Many monsters have their own special powers, such as regeneration, fire breath, or the ability to force you to stand on one foot while tossing your coin. Play continues around the table until the monster is dead, or all players have been eliminated. If you defeat the monster, the player who vanquished it collects a treasure. Some have magical powers, and whoever has the most valuable collection at the end of the game is the winner, assuming you survive at all. It's the perfect party game for a nerd bar, and now we want to bring it to the whole world via Kickstarter.